Good evening, friends. How are you? I hope you all are doing well. Imagine this that today you have 10 lakh in your bank account. You feel that 10 lakh is huge amount. But here is the question. Will rupees 10 lakh have the same value 15 years from today? The answer may surprise you. Welcome to day 7 of our 365 days daily financial learning series. Today, we are going to understand one silent force that can quietly reduce the purchasing power of your money, and that is, friends, inflation. I hope every day you are listening this word in your routine life, but today we will get more deeply because from day 1 to day 6, we have learned from financial planning to prioritize your goals, right? Today, we are going to learn about inflation, that how this 10 lakhs will be tomorrow for you. So I hope you can see my screen and get everything in detail, right? So welcome friends. I am Bhavna Pritwani, financial advisor and coach and CEO and founder of Rudraa Finserve Hub and Rising Advisors Academy. So the big question is, friends, that will your money have the same value? Today, 10 lakh is enough for an important financial goal. Will 10 lakh still be enough after 15 years? Probably, friends, not. Because the price of education, healthcare, homes, travel, and everyday necessities keep increasing. So when you plan your financial goal, don't ask, how much money do I need today? You also need to ask one more question to yourself, that how much will I need when my goal actually arrives, right friends? So this question is now obligatory from today, right? Now, so what exactly is inflation? In simple words, inflation means the prices of goods and services increases over the time. And when price increases, the purchasing power of the same amount of money decreases, friends. For example, if rupees 100 can buy something today, the same 100 may not be enough to buy the same thing several years from now. That is why inflation is extremely important when we talk about long term financial planning. See, let us understand this with a simple example. Imagine you have rupees 100 today. You can buy a certain quantity of goods with that 100 rupee. But after several years, because prices have increased, the same 100 rupee may buy much less. So remember this simple equation. Prices go up and therefore the purchasing power of your money comes down. This is why simply saving money is not always enough. We also need to think about the future values of our financial goals, and many people do these mistakes. Now let's make this practical with a calculation. Suppose your financial goal costs 10 lakh rupees today, and let's assume an inflation rate of 6% per year. Your goal is 15 years away. So what could be the approximate future value? We can use this formula. Future cost equals present cost multiplied by 1.06 raised to the power of 15, right? I hope this formula is complex, but directly, so many calculators nowadays available in the market and you can calculate it, right? So if you do this, the result comes in front of you. I hope you can see on the screen. That is approx 23.97 lakhs, means approx 24 lakhs, right? This about your inflation rate at 6%, but education inflation is 10%, medical inflation is 15% in India, right? And what mistakes are you doing in your financial planning? Please consider this point, right? So a goal costing 10 lakh today could require approximately 24 lakhs after 15 years, assuming 6% annual inflation. And if we increase the rate of inflation, this amount will be more drastic, right? So if you plan only for 10 lakhs, you may actually have a significant shortfall when the goal arrives. This is the power of inflation, and this is the exactly why future value planning is so important. Remember this. This is an illustrative example. Actual inflation may vary, right? As I told, education inflation 10 to 12%, or medical expenses inflation is 15%. So this can be very. This is only an example, friends. Right now, let's take one more example. Most emotional goals for every parent: their child's education. Suppose the education you are planning for costs 10 lakh rupees today. If that goal is 15 years away and we assume 6% inflation, the future requirement could be approximately after 15 years is 24 lakhs. So if you tell yourself that I will arrange 10 lakh for my child's education, you may be looking at today's cost instead of your child's future cost. And as a parent, we don't want our child's dream to suffer because we underestimated the power of inflation, right? So don't do these mistakes. Another example, your dream home. Suppose a house costs 50 lakh today and your plan is to buy it after 10 years. If you assume 6% annual inflation, the calculation becomes 50 lakh multiplied by 1.06 to the power of 10, because 10 is the year, right? So that gives us approximately 89.5 lakh. So a property costing 50 lakh today could require close to 90 lakh after 10 years, assuming 6% inflation. This is why your financial plan must look forward, friends, not just at today's prices, right? Now let's talk about something that affects every one of us, that is our retirement, which people forget to plan, right? Suppose your current monthly household expenses is 50,000. You may think, if I can maintain 50,000 per month after retirement, I will be comfortable. But what happens if retirement is 20 years away? If I count only 6% inflation, then 50,000 rupees today could become approximately 1 lakh 60,000 per month in next 20 years. So just imagine that the lifestyle that costs 50,000 rupees today may require around 1.60 lakh per month in the future. That's why retirement planning cannot be based only on today's expenses, friends. But many people do these mistakes. Now, here is the another important point. Your money may be going, for example, 10 lakh becoming 12 lakh sounds like a good thing. But we need to ask another question. What happened to prices during the same period? If your money grows but prices grows faster, your actual purchasing power may not improve as much as you think. So don't look only at the growth of your money. Look at the money's growth after considering the inflation. That is the real perspective of financial planning, friends. This brings us to one of the most important questions of today's session, that most people ask: how much money do I have? But I suggest that a better financial question is: how much money will I need when my goal arrives? Because your goal belongs to the future. Your child's education belongs to the future. Your retirement belongs to the future. Your dream home belongs to the future. Therefore, your financial calculation should also look into the future, which you always forget to consider, friends. Now, I want you to take just 10 minutes, just like last 6 sessions. Just take 10 minutes for yourself. Write down your three biggest financial goals. Number one, like child education. Number two, home or any major lifestyle goal. And number three, retirement. For each goal, write your things. First, today's cost. Second, how many years are left? And third, estimated future cost. And finally, fourth, what action do I need to take today? So this simple exercise can completely change the way you look at your financial future, friends, right? So, what should you remember from today's session? We cannot completely control the inflation. We cannot predict exactly what prices will be 10, 15, or 20 years from now. But we can prepare for the future. We can start early, we can stay consistent, and most importantly, we can regularly review our financial plans. Don't plan only for what things cost today, plan for what they may cost when you actually need them, right? Now, I want you to take one small action. Look at your biggest financial goal and ask yourself, am I planning according to today's cost or tomorrow's cost? If today's session gave you a new perspective, comment below. I will plan for my future value. And if you found this useful, share this video with someone who is planning for their child's education, dream home, or retirement. Because sometimes the biggest financial mistake is not starting late, it's planning with the wrong numbers, friends, right? And now comes the next important question. If your future goal is going to be 24 lakh, how much should you actually start saving and investing today? That's what we are going to understand in the day 8. So don't miss it. Follow Rising Advisors Academy and continue this 365 days journey, becoming more financially aware. You can scan this QR code if you are an advisor. If you are a financial advisor, you can join my community for daily values, right? Follow Rising Advisors Academy and continue this channel also. So don't forget to subscribe, right? I will see you in day 8. Until then, start early, stay consistent, then plan for your future value.
Thank you for watching. If you found this valuable, like, share, and subscribe to Rising Advisors Academy. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep planning for a better financial future.